Do you think I'm going to help anybody? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't expect to be able to be of help to anyone. And I don't expect to do damage to anyone. If you're damaged, you did it. And if you're helped, you did it. You really did. We'll come to that later when I challenge your beliefs. You think people help you. They don't. You think people support you. They don't. I had an interesting example of a woman in a therapy group. She was a sister. She was a religious. And she said to me, you know, I don't feel supported by my superiors. Listen to this one now. And I said, what do you mean by that? And she said, well, look at my superior, the provincial superior. She never shows up at this novitiate where I am. She never shows up, never says a word of appreciation. So I said to her, all right, let's do this. I know your provincial superior. Let's do a little role-playing. I know exactly what she thinks about you. How would that be? And she said, fine. All right. So I said, you know, Mary, acting the part of the provincial superior now, I said, you know, Mary, the reason why I don't come to that place you're in is that's the one place in the province that's trouble-free. No problems. I know you're in charge, so all is well. How do you feel now? And Mary said, I feel great. I said, all right, now would you leave the room for a minute or two? This is part of the exercise. So she did. When she was away, I said to the group, I'm still Sister Mary Jane the Provincial, okay? Mary out there is the worst novice directress we've had in the whole history of the province. In fact, I don't go to the novitiate because I can't bear to see what she's up to. Oh, it's awful. And if I tell her the truth, she's only going to make those novices suffer all the more. We're getting somebody to take her place within a year or two. We're training someone. So in the meantime, I sort of say these nice words to her and keep her going. What do you think of that? They said, well, it's the only thing you can do. All right. Come on in, Mary. So Mary comes in. How do you feel? She says, I feel great. You feel supported by your superior? Yeah, I feel supported. Question. Who was supporting Mary? God, she says. Poor God, why did she drag him in now? That's good, that's good, that's right. All right. So poor Mary, there it was. She thought she was being supported. You think you're in love with somebody? Well, I got news for you. You're never in love with anyone. You're only in love with your prejudiced and hopeful idea of that person. Want a minute to think about that? You're never in love with anyone. You're in love with your prejudiced idea of that person, with your hopeful idea of that person. Are you really in love with the person? Well, how come you fell out of love? Your idea changed, didn't it? How could you have let me down when I trusted you so much? Did you really trust me? You never trust anyone. Come off it. That's part of the brainwashing of your society and mine. We never trust anyone. You're only trusting your judgment about that person. So what are you complaining about? You don't like to say, my judgment was lousy. That's not very flattering to you, is it? So you prefer to say, how could you have let me down? So there it is. People don't really want to grow up. People don't really want to change. People don't really want to be happy. As someone has said so wisely, don't try to make them happy. You'll only get into trouble. Like the guy who gets into a bar, sits down, and he sees this fellow with a banana in his ear. A banana in his ear. And he says, I wonder if I should tell him that. And he thought, none of my business. And he thought, maybe I ought to tell him. So after he had had a drink or two, he says, excuse me, you got a banana in your ear. So the guy said, what? He says, you got a banana in your ear. What was that? You got a banana in your ear. He said, talk louder, I got a banana in my ear. It's useless. Give up, give up, give up. Say your thing and get out of here. And if they profit, that's fine. And if they don't, too bad.